This is the video I am explaining about diabetes insipidus. So previous videos you haven't watched my videos, please I will leave the description in the above cards. Please watch and now I will discuss about diabetes insipidus. So what is a diabetes insipidus? It is characterized by intense thirst and polyuria with inability to concentrate urine due to lack of ADH, that is central, or failure of response to circulating ADH, that is nephrogenic. I repeat, it is characterized by intense thirst and polyuria with inability to concentrate urine due to lack of ADH central type, that or failure of response to circulating ADH, that is nephrogenic. What is the central diabetes insipidus and what is nephrogenic diabetes insipidus? Central diabetes insipidus etiology is the pituitary tumor or autoimmune trauma, surgery, ischemic encephalopathy, idiopathic and reasons. So what is nephrogenic diabetes insipidus? It is a hereditary, that is ADH receptor mutations occur, and secondary to hypercalcemia, hypokalemia, lithium demyclocycline, that is ADH antagonist. So what are the findings? In central diabetes insipidus, decreased ADH in central diabetes insipidus. In nephrogenic diabetes insipidus, that is normal or increased ADH levels, means urine specific gravity less than 1.006, urine osmolality is less than 300 milliosmoles per kg, serum osmolality is more than 290 milliosmoles per kg, and hyperosmotic volume contraction occurs. So I repeat, what is the etiology? Pituitary tumor in central diabetes insipidus. Pituitary tumor, autoimmune, trauma, surgery, ischemic encephalopathy, idiopathic, and nephrogenic diabetes insipidus, hereditary, that is ADH receptor mutation, and secondary to hypercalcemia, hypokalemia, lithium demyclocycline, decreased ADH in central, and normal or increased ADH in nephrogenic. Water deprivation test is the next one. It, in this, more than 50% increase in urine osmolality only after administration of ADH analog occurs in central type. In nephrogenic, it is minimal change in urine osmolality even after administration of ADH analog. There is a minimal change in urine osmolality even after administration of ADH analog in nephrogenic. Whereas in central, more than 50% increase in urine osmolality only after administration of ADH analog. So, what is the treatment in central? Desmopressin and hydration. In nephrogenic, HCTZ and in indomethacin amiloride. Next one, hydration, dietary salt restriction, avoidance of offending agent. No water intake for 2 to 3 hours followed by hourly measurements of urine volume and osmolality as well as plasma sodium concentration and osmolality. And ADH analog, that is desmopressin, is administered if serum osmolality is more than 295 to 300 milliosmoles per kg, plasma sodium is more than or equal to 145 milliequivalents per liter, or urine osmolality doesn't rise despite a rising plasma osmolality. That is the diabetes insipidus topic. Next one is diabetes mellitus. In this generation, so many persons and around age 29 or 28 to they are getting early onset diabetes due to lack of any food habits, proper food habits, and whatever are the hereditary factors, and due to lack stress, anxiety, due to hypertension comorbidities, this diabetes mellitus occurs. So I will briefly now explain about the diabetes mellitus. In this diabetes mellitus, three major signs or acute manifestations occurs. So first one is a polydipsia, means person has a urge to drink more water, and polyuria means person wants to pass the urine more frequently. Polyphagia, next one is polyphagia means the patient wants to eat more. He gets hunger very easily. He eats more. So what are the three manifestations in diabetes mellitus? Polydipsia, polyuria, polyphagia. Next one is weight loss occurs in the diabetes mellitus in the acute manifestation. Next one is DKA, diabetes ketoacidosis in the type 1. Next is hyperosmolar hyperglycemic state in type 2. Rarely it can be caused by unopposed secretion of GH and epinephrine, also seen in patients on glucocorticoid therapy, that is steroid diabetes. In chronic complications of diabetes mellitus, non-enzymatic glycation occurs, that is small vessel disease, that is diffuse thickening of basement membrane, leads to retinopathy, that is hemorrhage, exudates, microaneurysms, vessel proliferation, and glaucoma nephropathy occurs. I repeat, small vessel disease like diffuse thickening of basement membrane ultimately leads to retinopathy, means hemorrhage, exudates, microaneurysms, vessel proliferation in retinopathy, and glaucoma nephropathy occurs. Nodular glomerulosclerosis, also known as Kiemelstein-Wilson nodules, ultimately progressive proteinuria, initially microalbuminuria, and ACE inhibitors and ARBs are renoprotective, and arteriosclerosis causing hypertension. Ultimately, chronic kidney disease occurs. I repeat, small vessel disease occurs in complications, ultimately retinopathy, glaucoma, nephropathy, and nodular glomerulosclerosis, also known as Kiemelstein-Wilson nodules, ultimately leads to progressive proteinuria, initially microalbuminuria. Next one, AC inhibitors and ARBs are non-protective, renoprotective. AC inhibitors and ARBs are renoprotective, and arteriosclerosis causing hypertension, causing ultimately chronic kidney disease. These are the small vessel diseases, and the large vessel arteriosclerosis occurs CAD, that is coronary artery disease, peripheral vascular occlusive disease, gangrene occurs. Ultimately leads to limb loss, cerebrovascular disease occurs. Most common cause of death, MI. MI is the most common cause of death. It is myocardial infarction. Next one is the osmotic damage occurs. That is sorbitol accumulation in organs with aldose reductase and decreased or absent sorbitol dehydrogenase. Repeat, osmotic damage. In this osmotic damage, sorbitol accumulation in organs with aldose reductase and decreased or absent sorbitol dehydrogenase. In this neuropathy, that is motor, sensory, glow and stalking distribution occurs, and autonomic degeneration occurs, and cataract also occurs. So what are the diagnosis? Diagnostic tests are HbA1c. In this diagnostic cutoff level is more than 6.5%, and it occurs only at the average blood glucose over prior 3 months. So next one is the test is fasting blood glucose. That is fasting plasma glucose more than one. Diagnostic cutoff is more than 126 mg per dl. It should be done fasting for more than 8 hours after only. So next test is 2 hours oral glucose tolerance test. In this diagnostic cutoff is more than 200 mg per dl. In this only 2 hours after consumption, this test is done after 2 hours after consumption of 75 grams of glucose in water. So this is a brief description regarding acute manifestations, chronic complications, and the diagnosis. Okay, so next one I will briefly describe about insulin deficiency or severe insulin insensitivity. So first one is decreased tissue glucose uptake. Five components I will discuss. Decreased tissue glucose uptake, increased glycogenolysis, increased gluconeogenesis, increased proteolysis, increased lipolysis. These first three are decreased tissue glucose uptake, increased glycogenolysis, increased gluconeogenesis. These three components leads to hyperglycemia and glycosuria. So if the increased plasma osmolality occurs, then ultimately leads to increased thirst. Next component is the osmotic diuresis, ultimately leads to loss of water, means sodium and potassium also loss, that ultimately leads to hypovolemia, ultimately circulation failure and decreased tissue perfusion, ultimately coma or death occurs. Next, fourth component is increased proteolysis and increased lipolysis. Ultimately leads to increased proteolysis leads to decreased muscle mass, weight loss. That component ultimately leads to increased gluconeogenesis. Increased lipolysis leads to increased plasma-free fatty acids. Ultimately leads to increased ketogenesis. That ultimate ketogenesis, ketonemia, ketonuria. Ultimately leads to vomiting and loss of water, sodium ions, hypovolemia, circulation failure, tissue perfusion, decreased tissue perfusion, coma and death. And next increased ketogenesis, ketonemia, ketonuria. Next component is anion gap. Metabolic acidosis occurs. That ultimately hyperventilation or Kussmaul respiration occurs. So circulation failure, whenever circulation failure or decreased perfusion occurs, increased serum lactate occurs. That ultimately leads to anion gap and metabolic acidosis occurs. This is the insulin deficiency or severe insulin insensitivity. So what are the types in diabetes mellitus? First one type 1, next one is type 2. Primary defect is in type 1 is autoimmune destruction of beta cells due to presence of glutamic acid decarboxylase antibodies. In the type 2, primary defect is the increased resistance to insulin, progressive pancreatic beta cell failure. Insulin necessary in treatment is always in type 1 and sometimes in type 2. So what is the age occurs in type 1? Less than 30 years. In type 2, more than 40 years. Association with obesity, it is absent in type 1, whereas in type 2, it is obesity association occurs in type 2. So what is the genetic preposition in type 1? Relatively weak. That is in identical twins, 50% are polygenic. Relatively strong, 90% in concordance in identical twins, polygenic. In association with HLA system in type 1, HLA DR4 and DR3 occurs in type 1, whereas no HLA system in type 2. In type 1, glucose intolerance is severe. In type 2, mild to moderate occurs in glucose intolerance. Severe in type 1, mild to moderate in type 2. Regarding glucose intolerance. Regarding insulin sensitivity, very high in type 1, very low in type 2. And ketoacidosis, regarding ketoacidosis, it is common in type 1, it is rare in type 2. Regarding beta cell numbers in the islets, decreased in type 1, variable in type 2 with amyloid deposits. Serum insulin level decreases in type 1, whereas variable in type 2. So classic symptoms of polyuria, polydipsia, polyphagia, weight loss are common in type 1, sometimes in type 2. So what is the histology? Islet leukocytic infiltrate and occurs in type 1. In type 2, islet amyloid polypeptide, that is IAPP deposits occurs. So these are the differentiating features of type 1 and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Next one is diabetic ketoacidosis. What is diabetic ketoacidosis? It is one of the feared complications of diabetes, usually due to insulin non-compliance or increased insulin requirements from increased stress, that is infection. I repeat, it is the diabetic ketoacidosis is one of the most feared complications of diabetes, usually due to insulin non-compliance or increased insulin requirements from increased stress, that is infection, excessive fat breakdown, and increased ketogenesis from increased free fatty acids, which are then made into ketone bodies. Repeat, excess fat breakdown occurs and increased ketogenesis from increased free fatty acids, which are then made into ketone bodies. That is, beta hydroxybutyrate is more than the acetoacetate. Usually occurs in type 1 diabetes as endogenous insulin in type 2 diabetes usually prevents lipolysis and ketogenesis. So diabetes ketoacidosis DKA usually occurs in type 1 diabetes as endogenous insulin in type 2 diabetes usually prevents lipolysis and ketogenesis. Signs and symptoms are DKA is deadly one, means first one we can remember as it is a deadly one, and delirium or psychosis occurs. Next, questionable respirations, matter rapid deep breathing. Next one is abdominal pain or nausea or vomiting occurs. Next is dehydration, and fruity breath odor occurs due to acetone. So what are the lab findings? Hyperglycemia occurs. Increased H plus ion, decreased bicarbonate ion, means increased anion gap, metabolic acidosis occurs, and increased urine and blood ketone levels, leukocytosis occurs. Next is the hyperkalemia occurs, but depleted intracellular potassium due to transcellular shift from decreased insulin and acidosis. I repeat, hyperglycemia occurs in diabetic ketoacidosis, means increased H plus and bicarbonate ion, means increased anion gap, metabolic acidosis, increased urine and blood ketone levels, leukocytosis occurs. Hyperkalemia but depleted intracellular potassium due to transcellular shift from decreased insulin and acidosis. And osmotic diuresis ultimately increased potassium loss in urine that leads to total body K plus depletion. This is the DKA. And what are the complications of DKA? It is a life-threatening mucormycosis occurs usually caused by rhizopus infection, and cerebral edema is a complication, cardiac arrhythmias, heart failure are the complications. What is the treatment? IV fluids, IV insulin, and potassium to replete the intracellular stores. Glucose if necessary to prevent hypoglycemia. So the next one, this is all about the DKA. Next one is the hyperosmolar hyperglycemic state. Hyperosmolar hyperglycemic state. It is the state of profound hyperglycemia, induced dehydration, and increased serum osmolality, classically seen in elderly type 2 diabetes. So I repeat, state of profound hyperglycemia induced dehydration. Profound hyperglycemia induced dehydration and increased serum osmolality, classically seen in elderly type 2 diabetes with limited ability to drink. So hyperglycemia occurs. Excessive osmotic diuresis leads to dehydration, leads to eventual onset of hyperosmolar hyperglycemic state, that is HHS. So what are the symptoms? Thirst, polyuria, lethargy, focal neurological deficits, that is seizures. It can progress to coma and death if left untreated. Lab findings are hyperglycemia, often more than 600 mg per deciliter. Increases serum osmolality, that is more than 320 milliosmoles per kg. No acidosis, that is pH is normal. Ketone production inhibited by presence of insulin. Treatment is aggressive IV fluids, insulin therapy. These are the diabetes mellitus, other complications, and all the diabetes mellitus uh, subject. So if any leftover topics, I can repeat in the next videos in the endocrinology series regarding diabetes mellitus topic. So thanks for watching patiently. Have a good day. Subscribe for my channel. Have a uh, nice video watching with me. Thanks for watching and bye. Please watch my previous endocrine series videos. In the description I will link here in the cards, so you can watch from there, and please like and share. Thank you.